What's up, everybody? Today I am going to try something new. I've been kind of cruising around some different forums, and I noticed one thing I was seeing a lot on music forums is kind of new people to writing or playing guitar, always asking the question, how to write a song? And I always thought it was a pretty ridiculous question, pretty funny question. And then I started to think when you're first starting out and you're first playing, really you don't know where to start, and you might have tons of ideas floating around your head, but how to get it out, how to start, or maybe you don't have any ideas floating in your head. You just want to write something, but you need some motivation. So I thought, I know there's a way that I kind of approach writing something when I'm in the mood to write, and maybe I'm just having writer's block. I have a certain thing that I might try just to see if it starts, initiates any ideas or gets me moving in a direction. So I'm going to kind of just lay out some examples, and maybe it'll help some of you out there, some of you newer people to writing, or people that maybe face writer's block and usually sit down for 5 minutes, start writing shit, and nothing sounds good, so you quit, which I've definitely done before. So maybe that'll help some of you guys out there. So what I'm going to do is I use GP, Guitar Pro. I use that for all the songs that I write. It's a lot easier when you can see everything, you can hear everything going. Yeah, it's in MIDI, it sounds like shit, I know, but really after years of using this, I don't even notice anymore. I can hear the song for what it will sound like, not necessarily what it does sound like. So hopefully you guys can get past the sound and just see what I'm trying to accomplish here. So let's say you open up a new track in Guitar Pro, and you're looking here and you have no idea where to start, you have no ideas. You just know that you want to start writing something. One thing I do is do what I'm, for the sake of nothing better to call it, do what I'm going to call subtractive editing, I guess, or subtractive writing. I don't know. Basically, what it means is I'm going to write a track just filled with the most basic and cheesiest thing. And I'm going to kind of peel back some layers, and as I start to hear something, maybe some ideas will come around, and I can tweak that real basic riff into being something cooler. So, for example, let's get started. Take a look at the drum track. Just to get started, I always start with drums. It's a good layout to start with. And what I'm going to do is just create something real basic, which is just a hi-hat, bass, and snare. Very easy, very basic. There's nothing going on. Right? Not too cool. Pretty lame. And if maybe if you hear that, you're thinking, yeah, I kind of want a faster song. Play around with BPM, see what. Yeah, it feels a little bit better, I think. All right, so next I'm thinking, all right, I need some guitars, but what the hell? I can't hear anything still. All I hear is. So I'm just going to lay down just a real basic guitar riff. Okay. Still pretty lame. But, played a couple times. And, I'm starting to feel something out of it. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try doing that subtractive editing, like I said. Maybe that's a poor term to use, I don't know. It's just peeling back a real basic riff into molding it into something that you can feel or something you can hear. Yeah, sometimes you might try something and it doesn't really feel right, or I can kind of hear the riff, but I don't really know exactly how to get there yet. So I'm going to keep playing around with some different feels and different notes, and maybe I want to do that a little bit sooner, get a little. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, and if that doesn't work, if you're going through and it just doesn't feel right, go back to simple again. I mean, there's no harm in making things as simple as possible. So. yeah, maybe I'll make it real simple. You know, maybe I was getting ahead of myself before, so. See how this sounds. So, let's see how that sounds. Yeah, pretty lame still, but keep getting a feel out of it. Well, maybe I'm feeling a little bit more of this. Feeling a little bit of a change here. I don't like that ending. Okay, real basic, but you know, you got kind of a somewhat of an okay backing track for something real simple. So I'm going to copy that onto another. I write Guitar Pro tracks as if it's a real band. So I got 2 rhythm guitars on each side, drums down the middle, bass down the middle, lead guitars, 2 lead guitars, pan 45 degrees or so, just to get a full sense of how the track sounds as if it was a real track. So I just copied basically what I wrote to the other rhythm track. Fills it out a little bit better. Alright, so now let me just throw some bass in to thicken it up. We're not going to get real extravagant with the bass, we just want it to be there, we want to feel it. So I'm just going to follow pretty much the root notes of the rhythm track. It's about as basic as it gets for bass. Now let me think. Let me see. I don't know if I really want to throw in a lead or not, but let me. You know, it's all about playing it and hearing something. You know, if I'm playing this and I can kind of feel a lead over it, maybe it's a good spot for a lead, maybe not. It also depends on where in the... Obviously, this is probably somewhere in the middle of a track, and there's no harm starting in the middle of a track. I mean, you can kind of branch out in any direction from a song. I've definitely written a song from an interlude, you know, starting with the interlude of a song and kind of feeling the song out from there. So, you know, something like this. You know, maybe it could be a bridge or a break. Then again, I mean, just to show you how easy, you know, something like this could be if you wanted to make it into maybe not a bridge, maybe something a little more flashy. You know, you can just find a harmony for the leads and just kind of play around with some of the octaves, some other notes in the key for the lead guitar, and see if anything comes to mind. I kind of hear something here. Kind of hear something around here. And all I'm doing is just playing around with notes in the harmony, you know, just to see if anything comes about, see if I like it. I don't know, who knows. sounds like. I'm going to copy it to both lead guitars. Sounds a little busy. Might be a little bit too much, but let's see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hear it without the lead and with the lead, see what sounds good. Yeah, it kind of sounds good going without the lead into the lead, maybe. So there's an idea. Who knows? Not bad, you know. It's something. It's going somewhere. Maybe it's starting to feel some more ideas for another part of the song. Maybe this you can even tweak some more and throw in some cool things. Who knows? You know, the whole point of this is just trying to bring on creativity, trying to dig you out of a block or get you started on something. Just an approach. You know, start with something real basic and just peel back the layers until you got something cool. You know, and speaking of basic, I got this drum track that blows. So you know, let's play around with this. Let's do throw in some more kicks, maybe throw in some. You know, so I'm just gonna feel it out, hear the beat. You know, if you got any kind of musical inclination, you can generally hear a beat and kind of follow it somewhere. Throw in some toms, maybe accent just a little bit more. Sometimes you need to stop yourself from going too far without hearing it, you know, otherwise you're just pretty much guessing at shit. And I'm no drummer, you know. I'm sure people out there who play drums, who might be watching, might think, "What the hell am I even doing?" But you know, I'm not a drummer. I'm just playing off the beat, feeling the beat, throwing in some different things, just trying to give it some life. You know, and sometimes, you know, maybe you don't want to be so lame, so you maybe you want to throw in an extra or a different fill, I should say, for the last part there. So copy and paste that. Let's see this second yeah, I don't know. Throw in feeling it good. I want this to end with some pizzazz into the next part. See how this goes. and some of the, I hate these cymbals. That's one thing I really can't stand with MIDI, is these damn cymbals. So there's a couple of different options in Guitar Pro, and I try to vary it up. And then if you ever translate this over using, Stephen Slate or any kind of, MIDI, what's the word? MIDI thing. Hopefully you got some good drum sample or good cymbal samples that by changing up some of these sounds you can get a more life to it rather than just the same snare just smack it over. So we're gonna try to give this some life every once in a while, throw in a random cymbal. I don't know. I'm no drummer. We're just trying to get something here. It's like Bob Ross, there's no such thing as mistakes, just happy accidents. So coming into this next part, maybe I'm gonna do kind of the same thing. Maybe we're gonna give a little more consistency to the kick drum here. Maybe make it flow the whole time. And maybe I'm gonna go from just crashes to hi-hat. Speed up and see how that sounds. Yeah, the hi-hats are a little bit too busy. Let's keep the kick and go back to the crash. Now obviously it's the same ending, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. Again, this is real basic shit. It's not going to get you the next hit single, but it's going to get you somewhere, hopefully. Maybe you'll got something else. For example, just hearing this. Yeah, maybe I'll go kind of hear something to again, if that doesn't lead to something, if you don't feel anything from that, start again with just a real basic riff. Who knows? Maybe I'll just start with whole notes. Yeah, maybe I'll do some sort of ending like that. Let's see. A little crescendo. So you can maybe hear some from that. Really shouldn't even have to worry about this yet, but if this turns into something, I want this to be a little more thorough. If it were to, this probably isn't, but some of you out there, if you get something and hey, it's working, spend time with it as it's going. You when you're in the moment, you might as well just try to see it through. So there I'm kind of feeling. Let's see. So there, maybe I'm feeling a little bit of a drop part. Let's see if that goes anything. Well, I'm probably getting carried away. This video is probably getting too fucking long. But I think I've proven the point, giving you something to think about. And you know, next time you're in a rut, maybe you're like, shit, I really want to write something. I'm sitting down, I have time to write. And you get there and nothing's coming out. Maybe you just try this. Maybe try just something to get the flow, you know? See how this sounds. Nothing better than a real slow China. Whoops. See how this sounds. Sounds like shit, but hey, whatever. So, you know, in however long that took me, this video is, who knows, 15 minutes long. Started with nothing, had no idea. Now you got something to work with. So there you go. Nothing special, but something to think about. Hope that helped some of you guys out there, some of the newer people, or again, any of you struggling for ideas. Try it out, see what you think, and hope to help.